So this is just the car starting off we've done. So you place in there drawn parts with the center line there and flipping pieces across so that you can get these images. And just stretching them across, trimming them off just in case, so you might need them in the piece there. And then once you have that finished, you can make a copy of it and just come in right into Animate. And here's where you can paste this on. Now I have a couple of scenes in here just to show them to you from the movie screen, voting ballot. So it's just kind of taking a piece, tearing it off, dropping it through. And now they're just simple animations. Here it just has the reel for this one, rotating it. So you can kind of see this one just has it where you have to test it. For that piece, there's the initial section. Okay. So the first one really isn't too fast, and then the third one is just layer one, scene one, and just go ahead and paste in. This gives you the options of Illustrator using all the layers as well. So here's this car. So to animate, you can take one piece that's a symbol and create that into an animation. So, for example, this headlight, have the highlight, the black and the white there, and just option and set it over here just so you can see it. And why everything's highlighted, just go to a modify and convert it to a symbol, a lamp, and just place it in there as a graphic, keeping everything centered. Click OK. And here it is right here as the symbol. So if you delete it and drag it right back out, that's the symbol of an instance, everything happening. And here it is, headlamp. Okay. So if I double click on it, it shows up as allowing me to edit this. So it does have the white background. That's the only thing that gets a little confusing. But on the first frame, first segment, I'm just going to select this black part, just move it, and change this just to a bright red. And that'll give me the first part. The second one, just going to select it on the timeline in the frame, insert timeline, and put a keyframe, which duplicates the part right in the beginning. And click off and right back onto the red. And just go ahead and fill color, just make it green. So now I have two frames. The plus and the comma and the period will alternate beneath the two. So it's just a flickering light. Okay. Here it is, the headlamp. Just come out of that, go back into the scene. And right now I just have one frame, so there's really not a segment of the animation in there. But just to show you, I'll drag and drop this on here. And I'll just place it over the top. In fact, let me just put it on a new layer. And just put headlight. Return. Just drag and drop this right on the section for the light. And put one over here. So now I have two lights. It's again just one piece of animation, so it's not showing too much. It's not until I highlight, I'll go to frame 5, insert a keyframe. So it's going to duplicate that part. And then as I go through those frames, you can see it flickering. So red to green. So since it's not an even one, it'll hesitate on the first flight. So when you see it hitting one time, it stops. And you have the option to loop this, so you can kind of see it happening back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that is just when you animate the symbol, and you can place those within any part of this section. Okay. So just go back to this first frame where the graphic is on this layer of the car, and take a look at this part with the dice. So here's the dice, and I grouped these before I brought them in here, so it'd make it a little bit easier to animate as well. And this one, you could do the same thing. You could change this. So for example, we can set it up first. Rotate this kind of in the middle. Do this one. So that's the first part of it. And I can highlight these two pieces and create this into a symbol. And just put dice. Okay. And then right now it has no movement to it. Still, I double click in this symbols palette, but it will show up. And cancel that part. And just here's the center of rotation. So I'm just going to put it right up at the top. And rotate it from here. And come into about 3 frames, maybe the 4th frame. Insert a keyframe. Let's see if I can't pinpoint this the other way. So there it has that selection. Now you can see it jumps pretty quickly. And I'll make this timeline a little bit larger. So inside here, you have these, have like 2 frames in there. Create a classic tween on this one. It's a little jumpy. We'll keep it with just the frame there, flashing back and forth. So now when I come back, see this part, and there it has that animation kind of jumping back and forth. Now, this dice you can make go a lot smoother. I have it jumping off. I have a couple pieces coming out of it. So that's something that we can modify inside the frame itself. So in here, take these two and extend it out to a 10-frame animation for that part. Double click on this section. Move this out here to the 10th frame, so keeping it within the 10-frame region. So when you see it, it jumps across. So the first 9 frames have it to the left, last one goes to the right. There's the comma and the period. So create a classic tween. Click OK. See, it just has it jumping from the selection part, so you have to actually do the tween part of it, so we can do that. But that'll give you just the amount for this part. So you can kind of see it. So we'll take that frame part off of it for that section. So see if you can do that with the headlights on the dice.